Hello, and welcome to Quick Charge by Electrek, keeping you in the fast track with daily EV and green energy news. I'm Mikey G, and it's Wednesday, October 1st. The European New Car Assessment Program, which is a European voluntary car safety performance assessment, they've produced a new report about automated driving systems in partnership with Thatchcam Research. Tesla Autopilot gets top marks for its performance, but it also gets trashed for its driver engagement. The report judges the system based on three different main categories: vehicle assistance, driver engagement, and safety backup. The Euro NCAP wrote about Autopilot driver engagement, saying, quote, Tesla's system name Autopilot is inappropriate, and it suggests full automation. The promotional materials suggest automation where the handbook correctly indicates the limitations of the system capabilities, which could lead to confusion. Now, while Tesla is scoring at the bottom for driver engagement, primarily based on that matter, Autopilot has crushed all other systems for actual performance. In Electrek's take, this is a fair assessment. Tesla has started activating the elusive new charge port heater in the Model 3 and Model Y, but it's unclear who has it in the Model 3. During the Model 3's first winter, we reported on the electric car having issues in cold weather, and Tesla said they were investigating the situation. Many suggested that adding a heater to the charge port would fix the problem, and we later learned that Tesla did exactly that, but the automaker has been silent about it. However, now in the new release notes for the Model 3 and Y, Tesla writes, quote, your car can now use the charge port inlet heater to help defrost the inside of the charge port. So far, only owners of the recent Model 3 vehicles are reporting receiving this new feature. It's unclear whether this can be added due to hardware capabilities to older vehicles at all. Tesla has reduced the price of the Model 3 in China, and at the same time they bumped up the range as it introduces cobalt-free lithium iron phosphate batteries in the standard range Model 3 edition. Tesla has been planning to update its made-in-China Model 3 vehicles with the new lithium-ion batteries for a long time, and they've been doing it with the Chinese battery maker CATL. It appears that they finally accomplished it. The Chinese made and sold Model 3 Standard Range Plus now sells for a price of 249,900 yuan, which is down from 271,550. There has also been an increase from range to 445 kilometers to 468 kilometers. Nice little bump. This episode of Quick Charge Podcast is brought to you by Electrify America, the nation's largest coast-to-coast charging station network for electric vehicles. No matter where you're heading, they have chargers nearby. And at charging speeds up to 350 kilowatts for capable electric vehicles, they'll help you get there fast. Find out what they're up to at electrifyamerica.com. That's electrifyamerica.com. Electrify America. Hello, freedom. Today, Volvo started production of its highly anticipated XC40 Recharge, their electric SUV, which, by the way, is the first for the Swedish brand because Polestar, which is a Volvo Geely subsidiary, they already have a branded car called the Polestar 2. Back to the point, Volvo also confirmed the following specs for the new car. A 78 kilowatt-hour battery pack for a range of what they say is over 250 miles. That's based on the WLTP setting. A dual-motor 300 kilowatt powertrain, and a 0 to 60 mile per hour acceleration in 4.7 seconds with a top speed of 112 miles an hour. The company said that all of the XC40 recharges that will be produced this year have already been sold. In a collaboration between Electrek and Fully Charged, we are happy to report on a new video from Fully Charged, starring Rory Reid, who took a Honda E on a tour of the towns and cities in the United Kingdom. He gives his fair share of praise for the vehicle and also highlights some of the shortcomings. It gets top marks for its desirability, cutting-edge tech, cool interior, and super tight turning circle. But when it comes to the cost and range, it leaves a little to be desired. You can check out a link for the full video on our site, electrek.co. The deal between Nikola Motors and General Motors might be in jeopardy as GM changes their tone and opens the door to walking away. As we've been reporting over the last few weeks, Nikola is currently in hot water after recent reports made credible allegations exposing deception. These damaging reports came in the wake of GM partnering with Nikola, in which GM would take an 11% stake of Nikola, and the two companies would work together to bring the Badger electric pickup truck to market. GM has been criticized for partnering with the company that lacks basic credibility, and now in a new statement to Electrek, GM has said, quote, "Our transaction with Nikola has not closed. We are in discussion with current Nikola management and will provide further updates when appropriate or required." This is actually in stark contrast to previous comments from GM. Not long ago, GM CEO Mary Barra commented that GM performed its due diligence and that it was okay with the deal. And now, tone has changed. Electric cars got another win in Norway, where they accounted for over 60% of new cars sold in that market last month. This is thanks to the Volkswagen ID.3, in all likelihood. Last year, 56% of Norway's new cars were electric, which, by the way, includes plug-in hybrids. And now with the launch of the ID.3, that contributed greatly to the new milestone. With the new 1,989 units sold in September, that tips the scales to 60%. And in Electrek's green energy brief, the U.S. Army's Fort Bragg in North Carolina will soon be home to the largest floating solar plant in the Southeast. It will be a 1.1 megawatt system as part of the Utility Energy Service contract, which was awarded to Duke Energy. The UK's National Health Service today announced a multi-year plan to become the world's first net zero national health system. Business Green reports, quote, "For emissions under its direct control to reach net zero by 2040, with an interim reduction target of 80% by 2028-32, and for its wider supply chain footprint to reach net zero by 2045, with an 80% reduction target set between 2036 and 2039. And finally, in Electrek's personal mobility coverage, a new electric bike review was published on Electrek's YouTube channel, this time for the updated 2020 Gocycle GX. The totally ground-up beautiful bicycle design was found to be clean and surprisingly comfortable to ride. The high-tech and hidden features offered a new way to see electric bikes, albeit with a short range and a high price tag of $3,299. Thanks for watching Quick Charge by Electrek. We also have an audio version of this podcast on your favorite podcast player. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on later.